Yo, 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 what's happening, people? And welcome back to Neeks Sports. I'm here with a match preview for Arsenal versus Southampton. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. Yes, what's happening, people? I'm back for another preview. This time it's Arsenal versus Southampton. Guys, let me know what you think teams are going to be. Let me know what you think score predictions going to be. Are we going to play well? Are we actually going to get a win at home? We're going to discuss team news. We're going to discuss predicted lineups, what Mikel's going to do, and also, yeah, what we think the actual score is going to be. Obviously, those who have been there before will know that I do my Ramsey versus Arsenal prediction. So you're going to get my prediction for today's game against Southampton, and we'll see if I'm right this time, because at the moment I haven't been right for a little while. I'm 10 points ahead of where I thought Arsenal would be at the moment. Of course, the big question is, will Arteta survive Christmas? That's all. Is this going to be a case of another Arsenal manager sacked? We had Emery sacked this time last year. We had Lumber took over for a few games. Are we going to be seeing the same parts on that? We'll wait. We'll have to wait. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, guys. Yeah, but interestingly, I want to start with the Edu situation. I know Edu's been talking this week out in the press about what's happening with Arsenal, the current state of Arsenal. They have like a little fans forum that they do. It's like every few weeks or every few months. Um, so yeah, he's doing like a fans forum. Well, he did a fans forum. And yeah, it was just interesting to hear him talk to the media, um, and he on his views on Arsenal and what he's thought on the team was, how they're doing at the moment, and his thoughts on Mikel Arteta as well. Um, so yeah, he said that he said that Arteta is doing a great job. He said that the club has got a big and beautiful future. Um, and that it's normal to be driven by results, but I can see where the future's going. I can see where we go and the way we're building on things on a daily basis. That everything here is right and everything here is working. He talks about the young players. He said, how many young players have started to get opportunities and perform quite well on the first team. That you can see a big and beautiful future, but obviously it's strange in this moment to say that it's that it will happen, because we've got to be fair and we have to look at what we're seeing at the moment, which at the moment is that we've taken 1 point from our past 5 league games and 4 from the past 8. We're 15th place in the league, so that's the reality that we're in. It's all well and good saying, you know what, yeah, I think we're gonna get Arsenal back. We're gonna be, challenging for titles, winning cups, rare tear tear. But the reality is, we're in a situation right now where we're struggling right now to get a result. We're struggling to get a result. So it's all well and good saying that, yeah, I see the future. It's going to be bright. It's going to be beautiful. Blah blah blah. But we are where we are at the moment. And then um, similar sort of thing with Guardiola. He came out and said that that Arteta is one of the best managers that he's ever worked with and seen. He said he doesn't have to give his support publicly because he knows that Arteta has it, and he's got no doubts about his quality to bring Arsenal back to um, where he thinks that Arsenal should be. Again, good glowing reference from Guardiola. We know obviously they work together at Man City. They got a good relationship, but proof is in the pudding, and we ain't seeing that pudding here anytime soon. Um, so it's not been great at the moment. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where we go with that. I'm still 50-50 on what's actually going to happen at Arsenal. Um, so yeah, we'll, we'll see what goes on with the Arteta situation. Um, it's a tough moment, that's for sure, and we obviously all want him to get through it. And then, well, Edu sort of went on to say some more about Arteta and again about how he brought in obviously Willian, and he kind of defended Willian, saying it's just a question of time before when he will perform. Do you expect you don't expect it to be straight away because it's difficult. Um, but we signed Willian and we signed David Luiz, and they have the drive to see us do well. That's all well and good, Edu. That's all well and good. But you know, it, we're not seeing that on a regular basis. So how can you say that these players are originally when you brought them in, they're going to come in straight away and hit the ground running? Now saying you need to give them time, it's like already they're getting back on their word. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens with that, man. I'm not convinced on the words that he was saying, but the reality is, if you look at Arsenal, there's a long-term project. There's a long-term project going on with Arteta and Edu. The board obviously wanted to continue for the long term, and it doesn't look like he's going to get sacked anytime soon. So all this talk about he will get sacked or it's his last game, very, very rare, is far-fetched from what Eddie was saying, who's obviously higher up than him. Say, look, we trust in the man, we trust in his project going forward. And so, yeah, I don't expect Arteta to go anytime soon. Shane, big up. He said, I feel bad for Arteta because he has came in a job where his hands will always be tied behind his back, but he's still underperforming. Yeah, I mean, the reality is he knew what he was coming into. So I don't necessarily feel sorry for him for that aspect. He knew what he was coming into. He knew the squad that he was going to be taking on. He knew the squad that he was going to be investing in. Um, and he knew that it was a big, big job. And I think he knew that it was going to take time to build. He probably didn't expect to have this bad of a start, but he wouldn't have expected to be flowing very well. I remember when we played Liverpool, he was like, the reality is they're much better side than us. They're further on in their journey. So that shows me that he knows that we are a long way off where we want to be. But this isn't good enough. This is not good enough. And Arteta said it himself, essentially, in his press conference. He said, look, that you man fight me. You man deserve the right to bang me in the face. He goes, hit me. I'm putting my neck on the line. I'm putting my face on the line because I've got to be out there and do it. He literally said to the journalist, he said, "Come on, you man got the right to hit me. Be brave. I'm putting my face on the line, so I'm the one that's got to help us get out of poor form." And in a way, I kind of respect it. He's saying that look, it's on him, and he knows he's got to turn it around. He's the boss, but he also knows that we're dropping down in the table, and this is not where we want to be. This is not a situation any of us wanted to be come this time of the season. But this is where we are. We got to face it, and he's got to help us get out of it. He said it's just a blip, and that we can't hide from it, but we need to get out of it. So, we need to get out of this rut. We're in a big rut right now. We need to get out of it. So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get that very, very soon. Starting maybe with today. And he also went on to just defend Granit Xhaka as well after his red card, essentially, which I felt was a bit weird. Didn't need to, but he decided to just say, that he's one of the. What did he say? He said that he's had some tough times, and there's a lot of players that have had some rocky moments. He's not the only one, but he's got professionalism. He's got commitment to the club, and he just lost his head in that moment, and he knows he made a mistake. We all make mistakes, rare. The thing is with Arteta, he came in and gave everyone a clean sheet, a clean slate. We all, obviously, as Arsenal fans, know Xhaka from the past, and I'm sure Edu and Arteta knew Xhaka from the past as well. But Arteta came in and said, basically, you got a clean slate here, so go and perform. And to his credit, last year he had some good games, and his form definitely improved. But this year, I feel like he's been poor, and this what he did last week was unacceptable. He hasn't come out. He hasn't apologized. He hasn't apologized to the fans publicly. We don't know what's done behind closed doors. Arteta wants to keep it very, very tight knit there, so we'll see what happens. But it's just disappointing. It's disappointing, man, because I didn't expect Arteta to come out and back Xhaka. Not one of his finest performances, not one of his finest days. Ian Saza said Arteta needs to play the youth and forget the senior players. They're waste men. I hear what you're saying, bro. I hear what you're saying. And like he's put his faith in the experience. He's put his faith in tried and tested, but he hasn't worked. He put his neck out in the line, he hasn't worked. So yeah, hopefully he does go with something a bit different this week. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to quickly go into my predicted lineup for today's game. So I think the team should be. I think Leno is going to start in goal. Um, you know, there isn't much to say about him really. He's done okay. Could have been better. I think he'll start. He was starting with Leno in goal. Um, I'm going to go with right back of Cedric Bellerin suspended for this game, so he's not going to play. I'm going to go Rob Holding at centre back because I don't think Lavalouse will be back. They said he's still recovering from the head injury that he got, which is going to be bad for us because you could tell he lacked a bit of leadership in the defence last week. So I'm just not sure Gabriel would hold another one really, unless you're looking at a three at the back with David Luiz in the middle. And then Tierney, he's been one of our better players. I think he will start on the left. Now I'm going to go with I'm going to put it as a 4-3-3, but it might be slightly different. It might change a bit. It might be a bit more of a 4-2-3-1. But I'm going to start with a 4-2-3 here. I'm going to go with Maitland-Niles. Some might be surprised to see that, but I'm going to make Maitland-Niles in the middle, and I'll get onto why in a minute. I'm going to put Joe Willock in there as well. And I'm going to put El Neni in the centre. Reason why, obviously, we know that there's no Xhaka. We know there's obviously Partey's obviously still injured with the thigh injury that he picked up against Spurs. He's like he's going to be back for this game either. And I'm with what Ian was saying earlier that he needs to start playing the youth. I think if you're going to do it at any point, this may be the moment to do it. And Ainsley's been playing very, very well in the centre mid in the Europa League. Is it risky? Definitely. But the players that have been there ain't performing anyway. So you might as well give them a shot. El Neni's been the only sort of consistent one defensively in the middle. So, and I think he's the only one that we've got really in there. Adamant with Xhaka and Partey out. So I think he has to play for a bit of protection for the back four. And then Joe Willock, again, someone who's played very well in Europa League. I've been disappointed with his Premier League performances. But again, an opportunity now when other players ain't playing well, when players are out injured or suspended, a chance for him to get another run out on the side. So this could all, as I said before, it could be a 4-2-3-1. We could see Ainsley and El Neni both sort of in front of the back four with Joe giving the sort of free roam behind the strikers. But I think that is what I would do. I'd play them three up in the middle of the park. There's an argument for Sabas, and he may come in for maybe an Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that. And you know what? At this stage, what do you have to lose? We've not played well. We've not got any wins. So yeah, that's what I think should be the lineup. I'm going to go with Nicolas Pepe out on the right wing, back from suspension now. We need him to step up and really perform today. He's back after a ban that he had against Leeds. So yeah, we do need him to step up. And on the left, I'm going to go with Saka. Saka needs to come in straight into the start, stay in the starting lineup. He needs to carry on. He's been on one of our best players, like Tierney, and so needs to stay. And of course, the main man, Aubameyang up front, which means no Lacazette. Poor performance from him again. Can't be starting again. Willian, poor from him as well last week. Again, I still feel like people are scapegoating him a little bit because maybe the expectation was so high on him. But the reality is, we need everyone playing their best, and no one is putting out their best. But as Pepe is back, he has to go straight into that. You know what? With Pepe, people may be disappointed that he will start today or whatnot, but he's played so well in Europa League and kept his head. When you obviously, I guess he's got no other choice. He has to play because that's the only way he's going to get his fitness back. But the reality is he's got his head down. He's played very well for 3 games and he deserves to come back in the lineup, especially when there's a team playing so bad. So as much as his discipline was horrendous and he was awful, I've got to bring him back. I've got to bring him back into the lineup. So that's what I'm going for. I'm going for the 4-3-3, potentially 4-2-3-1. And we'll see what happens, man. that's the lineup I think we should go with. Obviously, like I said, no Partey, no David Luiz, no Xhaka, no Bellerin for this game. So yeah, that's the lineup that I think Arteta will go with. And but obviously, yes, against Burnley, we didn't give up. We tried, but there's a lack of belief at the moment in the squad. There's a lack of firepower up top. There's a lack of creativity in the middle. Still, but now is the time to just get. When they say like results are everything, this is a result business. So we played well against Burnley essentially, but we lost the game. And when you're on a losing run, losing is unacceptable. So we have to beat Southampton with no like there's no other ruling for it. It's a must-win game, as it was last week. But as I said before earlier on, Arteta's got the backing of Edu now, and Edu saying, I'm trusting you to carry us forward. However long that will be, I don't know. As the title says, is he going to last throughout Christmas? Will he still be able to manage if we lose to Southampton, if we lose to Everton, if we lose to Chelsea, if we lose in the League Cup to Man City? Is he still going to be after Christmas? And we got Brighton as well at the end of the month. So no easy games, but there is no easy games in the Premier League. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what really happens. We'll see what the board really say come the end of the month. But right now, he's got the backing of the board, as we are where we are. Hala Madrid, Rams scrap at the bottom is going to be more intense, bro. You should move for Big Sam before West Brom. Big up, Big Sam, innit? Welcome back to the Premier League. He's about to sign a deal at West Brom. You can have him, West Brom. I mean, I want a football there because the reality is Big Sam's football is long ball. We ain't got long ball. Yeah, you ain't got. You think Aubameyang's going challenging in the air? You think Lacazette's going to be doing the business? I ain't got a clue what Big Sam could do with his team. Really, and truly, we got the techie players in. We got to try and bring the techiness out of it. But what I will say, the team needs for skillful players, your great players. When things are going well, confident on the ball, twist and turn the man, Pepe especially. But how can you actually fight? Can you fight to save your club from a potential relegation? Could you fight to help your side get out of a mess? This is what we'll tell. This is what we'll tell with these players. And as I said, I've gone with Maitland-Niles, I've gone with Joe Willock, I've gone with Saka. Arguments for Emil Smith-Rowe even to be in that lineup. So maybe it's time for the kids now to just be thrown in the lines then and try and help us, because the senior pros, they ain't really doing it. They ain't really doing it right now. But as I'm a realist, and you lot know I'm a realist because I've made some bold predictions this year, I'm gonna go for a 2-0 win for Southampton because I'm trying to get these results. I'm trying to get them accurate. I'm trying to predict it. I thought we would win against Burnley last week. We lost. But I don't see us winning today. I genuinely don't. I want this team. I want this team that I put out there. I want them to fight. But do I see them winning with the way we played, with the way we are playing? And I'm trying to think back to when I was watching the game, like not just the highlights that we see on Match of the Day when we had about 5, 6, 7 shots, but actually the game for 90 minutes. It was horrendous. It was awful. It was slow. It was lethargic. Man, it like that at all. So yeah, I'm predicting a 2-0 win for Southampton, to be honest. And I'm just praying. I'm praying Theo Walcott doesn't come and do the madness. I'm praying it. In fact, I'm praying Tierney holds him up. Let him do madness and just say, you know what, we got rid of you for a reason, and that you're not coming to turn up against us again. And Ian Sazan says 3-0 Southampton. Listen, right now where you lot at, you lot can put any score you like that is anti-Arsenal, and I wouldn't be surprised. The way this team's going, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's it for today's video, guys. Hopefully, of course, I'm an Arsenal fan. I want to get the win. I don't see it personally, but we'll see what happens. Please make sure you like the video if you enjoyed this one. And if you're new around here, hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 5K. So please subscribe to Neeks Sports to get more previews and reviews and podcasts as well. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And hopefully, Arsenal can get the win. I'll see you soon.